Are you feeling drained, struggling to focus, or simply looking for a powerful way to reset your mind and body? Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that could be life-changing, the 3-day water fast. Stay with us until the end to uncover all the incredible benefits and crucial insights you need to know before trying this transformative practice. Today we're going to talk about the 3-day water fast. Clean the brain, reset your energy. Let's get into some of the benefits and what happens during the 3 days. Let's get right into it. Benefits: improves immune function, repairs damage to cells, removes dysfunctional cells and pathogens, reduces neural inflammation, or basically things like prime glial cells, increases autophagy, breaks down cells and other pathogens in our system, decreases autoimmune disease, benefits gut flora, or resets the gut flora and increases DNA repair. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits to a 3-day fast. Now, if you want to do the 3-day fast, I would suggest consulting a physician, especially if you have insulin-dependent diabetes, right? Because if you go on a fast and continue to take your insulin, it's going to be problematic. People who are menstruating, I suggest not doing a 3-day fast during menstruation because it could really deplete you. Hypoglycemics. People who go without eating get shaky, irritable, angry. Those are the people who do not want to do a 3-day fast immediately. They need to get into more of a keto adaptive state before going on a 3-day fast. People who are on a lot of different medications because medications can change or dosages can change related to how much you're eating and depletion of energy. So just make sure if you have any of these conditions, please consult your physician before going ahead and doing a 3-day fast. So let's get into some of the things that happen during a 3-day fast. In 8 to 12 hours, what's going to happen is you're going to start to deplete your glucose or sugar and your glycogen stores. It'll decrease that. You're going to have a bump in hormones called glucagon, human growth hormone, cortisol, and adrenaline. These are the things that will start to bump up your glucose levels. People don't realize that there are hormones that increase glucose in our system as we need it, and there's one hormone called insulin that brings glucose down in our system. So it's really 4 to 1, 4 hormones to 1 in terms of regulating blood sugar. You will also increase ketones from fats. As you deplete your glucose stores or glycogen stores, your body will start to use fat for fuel and produce something called ketones to fuel your body. You also will start to experience hunger. In the next 18 to 24 hours, you're going to have a depletion of the glycogen stores even further, and you're going to go through a process called gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is the process of producing sugar through the liver. It's basically amino acid, acetate, and glycols. Your body will have a natural mechanism to fuel itself, further increase in autophagy. Autophagy is when you have cellular debris, things in your system that are old and broken down. It'll start to clean those things out of your system. It will also start to decrease autoimmunity because a lot of autoimmune conditions are related to food proteins. The fact that you're on a fast will start to decrease that autoimmune process. It'll decrease neural inflammation. When your body is used to using glucose, especially in the brain, it can cause some inflammatory processes. When you switch your fuel from glucose to ketones, your brain will start to become a hybrid. It will start to use ketones for fuel rather than glucose and will start to decrease inflammation. This will also increase hormones called brain-derived neurotrophic factors and human growth hormones. You'll start to see ketones in your blood. You can buy a ketone meter. It's like a glucose test. You just prick your finger and check your ketone levels. In the first 18 to 24 hours, you're going to see 0.5 to maybe 1 in terms of ketone levels. Everyone's different in terms of how fast they can go into ketosis. If you're someone who does intermittent fasting and is on a ketogenic diet, you're going to get into ketosis a little bit quicker. Day 2. You're going to continue to increase brain-derived neurotrophic factors as well as growth hormones. You're going to increase autophagy, and this is where the real cleanup starts to occur. Day 2, you'll start to break down tau proteins, amyloids, Lewy bodies, alpha-synucleins, and prime glial cells in the brain. These are all related to things like post-traumatic stress, concussions, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Lewy body dementia. It starts to break down these aggregates in your brain and clears them out. There's a process called mitophagy. It'll start to get rid of inefficient mitochondria in your cells. Mitochondria produce energy, ATP. You want mitochondria to be very efficient and produce the number of ATPs that they're supposed to. It'll start to get rid of things that are damaged and clear them out. Your insulin resistance starts to come down. For people who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, insulin resistance, the problem of not enough glucose transportation, will start to improve. It'll decrease fatty liver because you're using fat for fuel, and part of that fat will come from the liver. Fatty liver will start to break down, and you can clear fatty liver if it's not too far advanced. 90 to 95% of your energy will start coming from ketones on day 2 instead of glucose because you haven't eaten. Hunger pains will start to subside on day 2. For many people they go, I don't really feel hungry, I feel pretty good. Day 3. Continued autophagy and clearance reversal of real chronic disease. For people with chronic autoimmune disease, chronic fatigue, joint pain, those types of things will start to clear to a certain extent. It will increase your immune function, which will reset and improve. There will be an improvement in overall function of white blood cells. You'll also have an increase in stem cells. These stem cells will differentiate into other tissues and help you heal. The goal of this 3-day fast is what we call metabolic flexibility or metabolic switch. The ability for your body to use both glucose and ketones whenever it wants. If you eat multiple times a day, your body mostly uses insulin because you never let the sugar drop. The purpose of a 3-day fast or any type of fasting is to even out blood sugar throughout the day. With intermittent fasting or 3-day fasting, there'll be a lot of health benefits. But the main point is to stabilize blood sugar and make your body a hybrid engine. Your engine becomes more of a hybrid rather than a gasoline engine. When you break your fast, don't just eat whatever you want. Use bone broth or vegetable soup to break your fast and maybe a small amount of protein. During the fast, use distilled or purified water. Minerals and sea salt are recommended on day 2 to avoid feeling depleted. You can also use sparkling water, but avoid flavored water as it can increase hunger pains. For those who can't do a strict 3-day fast, stay tuned for the next video where we'll discuss a modified method to achieve similar benefits. Let us know in the comments if you've tried a 3-day fast and share your experience. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our future videos. Wishing you health, happiness, and an amazing day ahead.